above all powers. You are exalted above all things. You are exalted above all names. You are exalted above all powers. You are exalted above all situations. You are exalted above all else. Jesus, you are exalted above all else. You are exalted above all else. You are exalted above all else. You are exalted above all things. Hey, you are exalted above all powers. You are exalted above all nations. You are exalted above Ghana. Hey, you are exalted above all things. You are exalted above all powers. Jesus, you are exalted above all names. Jesus, you are exalted above principalities. You are exalted above principalities. You are exalted above principalities. You are exalted above all things. You are exalted above all names. You are exalted above all powers. You are exalted above all kingdoms. You are exalted above all thrones. You are exalted above all dominions. You are exalted above all dominions. You are exalted above all kings. You are exalted above all kings. You are exalted above all the earth. You are exalted above all the earth. You are exalted above all earth. You are exalted above the heavens. You are exalted above the waters. You are exalted above the seas. You are exalted above hell. You are exalted above death. You are exalted above the grave. You are exalted above all powers. You are exalted above principalities. You are exalted above all things. You are exalted, Jesus. You are exalted, Jesus. I exalt you, Jesus. I exalt you, Jesus, my Lord. I exalt you, Jesus, my King. I exalt you, the Son of God. I exalt you, Son of God. I exalt you, Son of David. I exalt you, the root of Jesse. I exalt you, my King, my Maker. I exalt you, my light, my life. I exalt you, my way maker. I exalt you, mountain mover. I exalt you, door opener. I exalt you, door closer. I exalt you, my rewarder. I exalt you, my redeemer. I exalt you, my master. I exalt you, my everlasting father. I exalt you, my bridegroom. I exalt you, my king, my shepherd. You are exalted above all things. You are exalted above this journey. You are exalted above this journey. I exalt you above this journey. I exalt you above all names. I exalt you, Lord. You are exalted. You are exalted. Jesus Christ, you are exalted. Jesus Christ, you are exalted. Yeshua HaMashiach, you are exalted. Above all principalities, you are exalted. Above all powers, you are exalted. Above all rulers of darkness, you are exalted. Above all spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenlies, you are exalted. Above the waters, you are exalted. Above all the earth, Jesus, you are exalted. In my life, you are exalted. In my home, you are exalted. In my family, you are exalted. In the ministry, you are exalted. In our hearts, be thou exalted. In our souls, be thou exalted. In our minds, Jesus, be thou exalted. Holy Ghost, you alone be exalted. Above all, you are exalted. I exalt you. I exalt you, Lord. Oh, Lord, my God. Jesus Christ, my Lord and my God. I exalt you, Lord. Oh, you are my healer. You are exalted. You are my power. You are exalted. You are my strength. Oh, exalted. You are my only helper. You are exalted. You are my life. You are exalted. You are my savor. You are exalted. You are my sweetness. You are exalted. You are my glory. You are exalted. Oh, you are exalted. Oh, Lord, my God. I exalt you. I enthrone you above all